Ashore now. There's the Logan County Courthouse from Lincoln, Illinois, where it was erected in 1840. As a young man, Abraham Lincoln occasionally practiced law in this building. The first floor was used as a courtroom, with a judge's bench at one end and a fireplace at the other. Remember the log fire? Also in the courthouse is the chair in which he was seated in the Washington Theater on the night of his assassination. The days of Lincoln were the days of the blacksmith. Sounds like the smithy is hard at work. Sure enough, that's the sound of the bellows the smith is pumping with his left hand, forcing air to the forge and keeping it glowing red to heat the horseshoes. Then he'll start to shape the shoe on the anvil. Remember how the sparks flew as we watched? Then finally the smith plunged the shoe into the tub of water. There's the tintype studio. And here's the old-fashioned general store. That's the sound of the old hand-operated coffee grinder. In the background are the voices of the children buying penny candies, wooden whistles, items so typical of the general store. You hear the wind chime? Many homes at the turn of the century usually displayed these glass wind chimes on the front porch. Here in the village are many famous buildings. The Clinton Inn and the traditional dinner bell that stands outside. Henry Ford built his first automobile in that brick woodshed that stands over there. Of course, in those days, it stood behind 58 Bagley Avenue in Detroit. Ford's first car eventually led to the famous Model T. And here comes one of them now, still chugging around the village with a load of visitors. Stand back, here he comes again. He's turning around, and he's going to stop right in front of us. Say, you need any help? No? Okay. There are over a dozen craft shops operating in the village every day. And here we are in the Plymouth carding mill. That's the sound of the hand loom that is weaving cloth at this very minute. That heavy sound is the beater packing the threads tightly together. And now let's listen to the sound of the spinning wheel. Well, we're outside now. Oh, just a minute. No fire. I just couldn't resist ringing the old fire alarm triangle standing next to the hand-drawn fire engine. The beautiful church on the rise just ahead is the Martha Mary Chapel. Here, non-sectarian services are conducted by the school children of Greenfield Village. This is Greenfield Village, preserving for the future the physical surroundings in which American customs and institutions developed. In speaking of his beloved Greenfield Village, Henry Ford said, "When we are through, we shall have reproduced American life as lived. And that, I think, is the best way of preserving at least a part of our history and tradition. For by looking at things people used and that show the way they lived, a better and truer impression can be gained than could be had in a month of reading." Yes, this is Greenfield Village, Dearborn, Michigan. A monument to the past, an inspiration to the future.